What's up with the squad? It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. And I ain't been asleep, y'all. I done watched this game 3-4 times. I done watched all the after. I've been on Instagram. Been up all night with this thing. Then watched all these people who didn't want to say our name. They didn't want to say our name before, fam. They got to say our name this morning, don't they? Oh, they up talking about us this morning. We on every channel. I'm so happy. We on every channel. I'm not saying that this is Caitlin free news that's out there. But, to see Chanae and Andrea talking about us, they were so happy. They was having so much fun talking about us. To see Stephen A. say he had picked us. I remember him picking us, but maybe he did. Maybe he did. I know that he was a big Caitlin Clark fan, so I don't know. I'm not for sure who he picked, but I know who we roll with. I know who we pick. It's why we watch. This is why we play. This is why we Gamecocks all day. Before I get into this breakdown of this game, to my Cess Talks Sports fam, my squad, what a heck of a ride. I started with y'all in the beginning of this season, not knowing where this thing was gonna go. Hey, y'all, look, it's only up from here. So much love, so much appreciation from me and Coach for y'all. Hey, clicking, liking, sharing, subscribing, ringing that notification bell, listening to me say that, growing this thing to 1,000. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am truly humbled, truly humbled. It's only up from here, fam. It's only going up from here, fam. But let's talk about this game. Let's talk about this game. Listen, y'all. Curry Brand, I think, was the best. Said it best. You win some, you lose none. That was the kind of season we had. And let me tell y'all, too, I am loving the firework animations that go off on Google when you search the game. I searched the game about 3-4 times just to see the garnet and black go off on the page. It's a classic game for me. It's a classic game for me, and I know it might not be an instant classic for everybody, but it's perfection for us, y'all. It's perfection for South Carolina. 87-75 capped off the 38-0 season. And we did it in Cleveland, believe land. We've been the best team all season, and we showed the nation why we are a dominant force to be on the lookout for. We're not here for just 1 year. We're going to be here competing for these things. The standard is the standard. And the recruiting classes are being built. And talent is stacking up on top of talent. And Dawn is putting together a masterful program. Let me start with Iowa, though. Let me start with Iowa. Iowa gave everything that they could give. They came out, punched us right in the mouth. And I saw y'all, some of y'all in the chat getting nervous. And if you go back, y'all will see me telling y'all, stop talking to me about them fouls. I told y'all about the refs. We fine. 5-on-7. Actually, I was wrong. It was 5-on-8. And there were times where it looked like some of them fouls, even professional players, if you go on Twitter, were tweeting about the fouls being ridiculous. What is this? What are you calling? How is this working? And there was probably some bad calls on both sides. So for me, for the most part, the referees stayed out of it. And I'm a true believer that good basketball wins in the end. And we play good damn basketball. But Iowa also plays some good basketball. I don't want to take anything away from them. Y'all know, from the moment I cut this camera on and y'all asked me about Caitlin Clark, I told you I wasn't a fan. I told you I didn't watch a lot of Iowa Hawkeyes games. I told you that I felt like I had seen this momentum behind the player before. But I'm gonna dial that back some, and I'm gonna say we've seen this type of hype behind a player, but we haven't seen this type of offensive arsenal, if you will, from a player at this level. Not with the range. The range is new. The logo threes in women's hoops, new. Caitlin Clark brought it there. Sabrina Ionescu, heck of a shooter too. But for all intents and purposes, Caitlin brought that here. She's known for that. And I am disappointed for her that she didn't get a chance to get that chip. Like, I wish she would have found a way to get it in a year that we didn't. Because I felt like that was important to her. I feel like Caitlin is really a competitor. And I feel like all the accolades are nice, but it's the jury that she wants. And I really believe that about her. I really believe that at the end of the day, if you ask Caitlin Clark, would she rather the natty or all of the broken records? I think that she would take that natty. And I may be wrong. Like I said, I'm not a big Caitlin Clark fan. I don't follow her. I know the little things that I know that make me think I have an understanding of her and her competitive spirit. But I think if you asked her, she would trade all of that in for that natty. Also, got to say, all season I kept saying, poor Caitlin, she needed some help. Poor Caitlin, she needed some help. But Coach Bluter runs her team a little bit different. And the help was there. It just wasn't the help that I was used to seeing. And so I want to give credit to those ladies because they did what Coach asked them to do. And they delivered on the things that Coach asked them to deliver on. Hannah Stokey, Puffs. I'm watching you, Puffs. You are not on my radar before, but Puffs, hey, I'm watching you. I like your game, youngster. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. And that's just not 2 blocks on anybody. She had blocks on Camila Cardoso, 6'7", okay? The athleticism is there for Hannah Stokey. I made a lot of jokes about basketball being dead in Iowa when Caitlin leaves, and y'all going to be doing talent shows and pop-up shops. But understand, at the end of the day, I'm a fan and a respecter and a protector of the women's game. And I would be lying to y'all if I said I thought that Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes did a disservice with the way that they went about playing this game and pursuing a championship. They did everything that they could except they ran into a buzzsaw in the South Carolina Gamecocks. And last year, they ran into a buzzsaw with the LSU Lady Tigers. Just not enough there to get them over the hump. But it was help there around there. Sydney Effelter, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Gabby Marshall, 6 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals. Kate Martin, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Caitlin Clark, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. She did everything that she could. Kid left it all on the floor. All of those ladies left it all on the floor. And you could see that they were playing for each other. You could see that there's a love there between them. And there was something special with them. Coming through this thing and losing it once and getting back. And just to have that heartbreak 2 times in a row. Wow. I couldn't imagine. But every point that they got came from only those 5 ladies that I mentioned. There were no points off the bench. So they did everything that they could. And that's not a knock on their bench. I don't know much about their bench. But it didn't seem like they played very many minutes. It was only 2 other people off the bench that played. O'Grady and Furbach, I believe is how you say her name. But hats off to those ladies. Valiant effort. They did everything that they possibly could do. But it's also a lesson. And sometimes you got to be careful with what you do to a person. You never know how what you do affects a person. In Caitlin Clark's mind, I bet you, the wave off, it wasn't a second thought. I don't think it was like, I don't like Raven, I'm going to disrespect Raven, F her, she's no good. It was just like, in the moment, in the heat of the game, she didn't feel like that player at the point that they were at were a threat. And it was like, hey, don't worry about her. I don't think it was personal. But what she didn't know was that Raven was going to internalize it personal because it was going to blow up into a viral moment. And you never know how you're going to, what you do, how what you do is going to affect somebody else. It set Raven on a revenge tour. A revenge tour. This young lady has been more than open about the fact that the wave off hurt her feelings. It went viral. She had to hear stuff. She thought about quitting basketball. She questioned her game. She questioned being the point guard at South Carolina. This young lady that played this season questioned all of those things based on that wave off and the reaction. But her story is one of resilience and strength. She could have folded. She could have been like, yep, y'all know what? I ain't got no three. Or maybe I'm not that good of a basketball player. Or I'm not going to play ball no more. I'm going to go see what's going on with pickleball or cornhole or something else. She didn't say that. She didn't do none of that. She looked within herself. She looked within her spirituality. She looked within her support group. And she said, how do I come back from this and not have this happen to me ever again? And she picked herself up and went to work. And if that's not an example of how you come back from missing a mark, and I can't even call it failure because I guess it is failure because you didn't win the national title, but I don't want to make it seem like the whole season was a failure because you got a chance to play for the national title. But how you come back from failure, how you pick yourself back up, how you get back in the gym and keep working. Just follow us, sports, y'all. You can't make this up. This is better than reality TV. This young lady did this in front of us. Rebuilt her body, got herself all the way healthy, picked apart her game, and then picked the parts of the game that she could fix and did just that. Locked in and got it done. So that when it was time for this moment again, she would be ready. That's a heck of a story, ain't it? You can't write that. You can't write that. That's a heck of a story. But, like I said, you never know how what you do or how you treat somebody is going to motivate them or propel them into the next chapter or the next thing that they're supposed to be doing. But I'm going to get to Raven in a minute. Because regardless of who you were cheering for, at the end of the day, it has been a great season. Actually, probably the last 3 seasons for women's hoops. With teams like Iowa, LSU, South Carolina, UConn. Players like Camila Cardoso, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston, Cameron Brink, Stanford, Paige Beckers have been spotlighted at the college level and have been able to grow this game in a remarkable way. Got eyes on this game. Angel Reese's followers, Angel Reese's social media, Angel Reese being authentically herself, put eyes on this game. Caitlin Clark being a competitor, Caitlin Clark being authentically herself, Caitlin Clark working hard at this, put eyes on this game. Those two, by themselves, Angel and Caitlin, the rivalry that the media made, the matchup of the championship, put eyes on this game. And I'm so glad because people got a chance to see the quality of the product that's on display by these young women. It's a great product that helped grow the game. I'm so appreciative of all of them for that. And I feel like the game is in really good hands for the next few years. But let's talk about these Gamecocks. Chloe Kitts, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Camila Cardoso, 15 points, career high 17 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 blocks. Bree Hall, 7 points. Raven Johnson, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. Tahina Paopao, 14 points, 2 assists, 1 steal. Ashlyn Watkins, 3 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. Sanaya Fagan, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. Malaysia Fuwiley, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block. Tessa with the J Johnson, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. That backcourt gonna look crazy next year, y'all. No matter who Dawn put back there. If it's a Johnson and Johnson kind of thing, if it's a Johnson and Paopao kind of thing, if it's a Johnson and Hall kind of thing, who? If it's a Johnson Hall and Fuwiley thing, if it's a Fuwiley and Johnson thing, it's scary. It's scary, y'all. But I don't want to get to next season. I want to just stay right here. Listen, y'all. I knew that this was gonna be something was 17,000 people came out to watch just practice for this championship game. 17,000 people showed up in the arena just to watch them, as they said on TV, shoot some mid-range shots that they're not even going to shoot in the game. I want to say that was like Tarasi or Subaru said something like that. Showed up to watch them shoot some shots they ain't even going to shoot in the game. Just wanted to watch them. Just wanted to see them. Women's basketball is on the rise. Respect it, y'all. You got to know it. It was also the first time I ever watched the South Carolina send-off. That was dope. I don't pay attention that much to everything that goes on before the game. I'm usually home right in time to click the game on when it's starting. So this was a different type of experience for me to walk through this season with y'all. And I'm so appreciative because I watched it differently. Don made a point in this game, y'all, that was different. To get at the refs early, to the point where I think she even got a warning from the refs in the second quarter. I felt like that was something that she didn't think that she had done early enough or enough last year, and it was something that she wanted to make sure that she addressed this year. So shout out to her for that. We got outscored in the first. They came out, punched us in the mouth. I think we was down 10-zip really quick. They had 5 stops in a row. Okay. But from there, we got cooking. And I don't know how many, let me say this, I don't know how many free throws we finished with, but I want to say halfway through the fourth quarter, we had only had like 9 trips to the line. We started off the second on a 7-0 run, and it was on from there. And it was still chippy, and it was still back and forth, and we were still working our way back into the game. But you could see the momentum building, and you could see this confidence in Raven. I don't know if y'all was paying attention. You could see this confidence in Raven building. Raven wasn't losing yesterday. The bench, her team, her coaches, her family, they were not there to lose yesterday, y'all. Listen, our bench outscored Iowa 37-0. Nothing. A bench didn't put 1 point in. I told y'all earlier. 37-0. We had 30-second chance points. Del Top. So fun. I mean, listen. Adele, I'm watching the bench. I'm watching everything. Adele Top, I can't wait to see her get on the floor. But what a heck of a cheerleader she is. She looked like she was ready to get on the floor yesterday, y'all. I don't know if she's running and playing yet, but, I mean, she was into that game. She understands the mission, and she is going to be something to watch next year. If y'all watch her, because she has been soaking this thing up all season. This is why I'm saying we in good hands. And I'm skipping around, but I told y'all I'm just so excited about this thing that I'm just going to talk to y'all about it. What a cheerleading job she did. The whole bench, really, cheering for each other. You seen Malaysia up flexing. You seen Adele getting up, throwing up 3 before the 3 was even dropping. When Tessa and Pau was shooting, like, they were so invested in this thing for each other. It was infectious. And you know what it is? I guess it made me miss playing team sports, but it made me think about the teams that I played on, my high school team. I think we were a family kind of like that, always kind of together. So reminds me of that a lot. Maybe that's what it is about this team that draws me to them so much. But I like the fact that there was no quick hooks for Lay. Even if she was out of position or missed a shot or took a shot that Dawn didn't think she should take, there were no quick hooks. We let everybody just be everybody. I love to see Malaysia Fuwiley get an assist. Do y'all notice how hyped she be when she get an assist? Especially off for 3. She be more hype about the assist than she do about the points, y'all. That's what I think. I'll watch it again. Y'all tell me what y'all think in them comments. But I think Malaysia actually like to get her teammates a shot more so than she like to score. Says a lot about this kid. Humble, talented. Listen, upside crazy. So humble. Her game is really big on the court. Look, when Lay finish a play and her fist is balled up and she punches to the ground, her confidence is off the roof, off the charts. I love to see that. I love to see when she got them fist balled up and her confidence through the roof. And then when she hit you with the too little, like she hit him with yesterday, did y'all see hit him with the too little? Freshman hit him with the too little, y'all. Understand, y'all. These are freshmen. I want to say, I don't remember who said it on one of the casts yesterday or last night, something I was listening to. Most of these freshmen were playing in state championship games last year. This year they were playing against fifth-year seniors on their way to the WNBA, showing out. I need y'all to understand the level of talent that we have in South Carolina and throughout college hoops with the way these freshmen showed out this year. Respect that to the freshmen. But I want to talk about Big Grits Kits for a minute. Big Grits Kits. Big Grits don't never let me down. When the game is weird, when it's like we trying to figure out our balance, when we ain't really sure where our point of attack is and we still kind of just surveying, it ain't going exactly how we thought it was, Big Grits Kits is working. She's doing all the dirty work. She's on the floor. And I know y'all say, oh, Chloe's always picking herself up off the floor. She is, and she'll get better with that. But Chloe gonna get down there and fight. She's gonna dive on the ground for the loose balls. She's gonna try to get the steals. She does not mind going down in the land of the bigs, and Chloe ain't that big. But understand, she put some strength on from last year to this year, and that will continue. She don't look big, but Chloe's not fragile, y'all. She's stronger than we give her credit for, and she goes down there and bangs. She's not afraid. There ain't no fear in Chloe Kits. You're not gonna outwork Chloe Kits. This young lady's been all over the place. She started. She done come off the bench. She done played a lot of minutes. She done played no minutes. She done played some minutes. She's been everywhere. She could have easily just checked out and been like, I don't know where I fit. I don't know what to do. She could have easily had a bad attitude about starting, not starting. Any of these young ladies could have, because they are sacrificing to be Gamecocks. But one thing about Chloe, you're always ready. She's always ready. And you ain't going to outwork her. Tahina Pow Pow. Wow. Her daddy said, what's cracking? I've been wanting to be a Pow Pow since then. What's cracking, Tahina? What is cracking, okay? It's got to be so rewarding for her when you do exactly what you set out to do. Her leadership from the moment that she got to South Carolina has been evident. Her confidence has allowed the team to remain calm in some of the biggest moments this season, shoot threes that I think they wouldn't have had the confidence to shoot if they didn't have Tahina there letting them things go. She taught Raven some things. Raven talked about that. Pace. They teach each other things. Iron sharpens iron. And that's why we got 10 starters. That's why Dawn is playing a blind 10. Because iron sharpens iron. And they make these kids sharpen their tools against each other day in and day out. Along with the highlighters. And understand, y'all, everybody's like, oh, Dawn has her players practicing against guys. Everybody, all women in college are practicing against guys, y'all. That's how it goes, okay? There's a practice squad of guys at probably just about, I would say, probably 95% of the programs. Especially if it's a program serious about getting you better. Iron sharpens iron. Ashlyn Watkins had some of the greatest defensive plays this tournament. I loved her hustle. She stayed in the game. Even when she got the foul trouble. Even when earlier in the season we seen her get rattled or get angry or get down on herself or almost look like she's finna get outside of herself in the game. Stay within herself. Understood the mission. Like we actually watched these young ladies grow up in front of our eyes. All of the things that I said they needed to work on, I saw marked improvement in all of those areas. Not that they're perfect in them areas, but you can see the continuous hard work that they're putting in, and you can see the continuous improvement that's taking place. Ashlyn Watkins, I don't know if anybody else said it, but they said some other people were. Ashlyn Watkins got a WNBA body and a WNBA game. And if they just so happen to figure out how to cut that offensive switch on in that girl all the way in this offseason, oh, baby, it's going to be all about Ashlyn Watkins next season. It's going to be all about Ashlyn Watkins. There's nobody in college hoops that I think can really deal with Ashlyn if she just goes full action offense and defense. She could very well be a Naismith College National Player of the Year with the type of game that, and body and motor that this kid brings, the way she plays on defense. If she really, because the offensive game is there. If we can just get her to start scoring more. If she get that confidence in her offensive game, them little bunnies, them putbacks, the first time she get up there and really just dunk it back, because she can, I believe that she can. The first time she get a dunk put back, it's on from there. It's on from there. In a game, it's on from there. A sophomore, something special. Everybody on all these young ladies, something special. But Ashlyn Watkins, remember what I told y'all. Bree Hall had the challenge of getting us back here. Job well done, Bree. Job well done. We got back here. And you did everything you had to do to get us here. And it didn't always show up in points. And it led to some people saying, where's Bree? But if you watch the game, Bree has been clutch all year. Bree Hall has been nothing but clutch all year. Whether we needed a bucket, a defensive stop, a block, a steal. When we needed it most, we couldn't find it nowhere else, it came from Bree Hall. Go back and look at this. Go back and look at the season, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Go back and look at the season. When we needed it the most, it was Bree Hall that got it done. Always clutch. She got some tough calls today, but came through when it mattered. I love the leadership that she showed. Bree shows great leadership. Between her and Raven, and Pow Pow. Between her, Raven, and Pow Pow, the leadership on that team, amazing. Amazing. But Bree Hall, hats off to you. Because we didn't call your name a whole lot. But the foundation, the groundwork that you did to let us, to put other people in the positions to play their roles, not overlooked at all. Great job, Bree Hall. Camila Cardoso. Y'all, Camila Cardoso. 15 points, career high, 17 rebounds. Leaving her team with a championship and helping finish with the freshies started. What a great way to send this young lady off. What a great season that she's had. Defensive Player of the Year, most outstanding player of the tournament. Congratulations to her. On her way to being WNBA draft pick, top 5. To me, she played her way in this tournament, the way she played from the first game on. The way she played this tournament, definitely her WNBA stock should have went up. Running the floor, she showed off post moves. She showed confidence. She showed poise. She showed defense. Listen, Camila Cardoso should be somebody that you want to be able to have in your program. Somebody that you want to be able to build around that young lady's WNBA stock. Should have rose. I don't know where she's at, but Caitlin Clark, Camila Cardoso, Rakia Jackson for me. Figure out however you want to take them. But those will be the ones I'm looking at. My lady Fuwiley. Fuwiley come to play, don't she? Fuwiley come to play. I'm so happy for this freshman. Big time shots. Big time block. Stay locked in. Her upside is crazy. We're gonna have to let Lay off the chains, y'all. We can't keep her on the chains too much longer. We're going to have to let Lay off the chains. And she's ready. I can see just from earlier in the season to now, not getting down on herself when she makes a mistake, staying in the game. She has her moment. She's a freshman. She's got 38 games under her belt as a college player. Like I said, playing against some 5-year seniors, 4-year seniors, ladies that are on their way to the WNBA, ladies that have played internationally. Leia's going to be fine. Sanaya Fire. Who? Hey, always going to get that one defensive stop. She always get that one defensive stop, whether it's a block or she contest the shot or just alter the shot. She saves the ball from going out and pushes the rock for the pass to start the break. She gets one every game. Fagan's game, watch it. It's going to open up. It's going to bloom like a flower for you next season. If you ain't been watching Sanaya, watch her next season. Her game is crazy. Her bag of tricks, loaded. Go watch Sanaya's highlights. Now, that's a complete basketball player right there. She ain't just some junior that's on the bench trying to fill in. Sanaya Fagan got game, and I hope y'all watch that because it's going to be ridiculous when it come out next season. Tessa with the J. Congratulations to you, freshman. I said that they would know your name. And at the end of this tournament, baby girl, they know your name. Tessa with the J. That's how you show up. 19 points, a career high in a national championship game. Defense was ridiculous. You played your ass off. I can't. There's no other way to say it. She played her ass off. Tessa with the J and Mylasia Fuwali both, as freshmen, came in at a moment where it was helter-skelter. We wasn't really sure. We were still trying to figure it out. They locked in and just said, we're going to hold this thing together until y'all get everything else together. You know, figure out what it is we're supposed to do. We're going to keep them at bay until we are able to regroup. And they kept Iowa at bay and kept us in the game with their timely plays. I can't say enough about the way those freshmen showed up, especially Tessa with the J. So happy for her. Mylasia had already been a household name, and she's already making a sacrifice to play the minutes that she's playing, because any of these ladies could be starters anywhere, especially her. But Tessa with the J also, a freshman that should have been talked about more this year. And I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't recognize Tessa with the J more this year. What an outstanding talent we had just hitting on our bench. Congratulations to you, young lady. But today was about my point guard. My point guard. Can't wave off Raven. Hollywood Johnson, y'all. I love her story. I love her willingness to share, be transparent. I love that she said it was a revenge tour at the beginning of the year. She didn't tell nobody. She didn't say it quietly. She didn't go write it down in no envelope. She got in everybody's face and said, it's a revenge tour. I'm coming back for mine. I didn't like that. That was disrespectful for me. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you high. I'm looking for you low. I'm looking for you in the night. And I'm looking for you in the day. And when I see you, it's a revenge tour. Let's get it on. And not only did she take us on a revenge tour, this young lady took us on an unblemished revenge tour. Meaning I'm not leaving no questions on the way to take you down. Ain't nobody else going to be able to say, oh, but I got Raven this year. Nobody. My point guard came out, y'all, and was a floor general all year. Please put some respect on Raven Johnson's name. No, the numbers might not be there every time, but if you look across that stat line, whatever needed to be done is what Raven Johnson got done. That's what my point guard do, y'all. Allen Iverson tried to tell y'all she was the best one out there in this game here. Dawn tried to tell y'all, y'all ain't paying attention. Raven finna show y'all. She is the one. I hate that Camilla is going because I love the connection that they've had. They played together so long. I'm gonna miss seeing Raven the way Raven got it to Camilla, because she got it to Camilla different than the other point guards. They had a chemistry there. There was a connection that was beautiful to watch if you paid attention to stuff like that. Historical run. She delivered. She put the clamps on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark, 5 of 20. Once Raven got on you, she went off for 18 in the first. She had something like 2 in the third, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, 5 in the fourth, or something like that. When Raven got up on her, I want to say Raven had a block. Then maybe they called a foul. I want to say, but I know for sure she had a couple clean ass picks off Caitlin that she took right to the rack. Hey, give me that. Cookies, give it here. That's my point guard, y'all. That's my point guard. If you can't get behind somebody like that and say I'm rocking with you, I don't know. I probably couldn't even rock with you. That's the type of player I want to play with. All of these ladies. Dawn has put together a masterful team. Raven was just everything that we needed her to be all season. All of these ladies were, but Raven led us on this revenge tour and finished. So happy for Camila Cardoso finishing with the most outstanding player of the tournament and the MVP of the game. Hats off to her. Wishing her all the best going to the WNBA. Shouts out to Coach. Big Drip. Louis Vuitton. Don. I'm so sorry. I think I said that you was Gucci down to your socks on the show earlier. Louis Vuitton. When she took the jacket off, I saw the Louis, y'all. My apologies. Louis down. Can't say enough about Dawn Staley. Dream Merchant. Hero. Shero. It's my hero. Can't say enough about her. Somebody you want your kids to grow up to be like. Somebody you want your kids to grow up to be like. Can't say enough about her. Dream merchant, life changer, game changer, legend, walking piece of history. It was really cool to see Diana and Sue talk about playing with her and playing for her, and to hear that perspective of what it's like to play with Dawn, and have them say she never gets rattled. She just never gets rattled. She doesn't show it, but for her to say I'm rattled, and then to see the emotion pour out of her, job well done. Job well done. You never know how much a person is carrying in them, but you can just tell that she loves what she does. Her players, her coaches. It's really obvious that she does it for them. And I'm so appreciative that I got to just put my seatbelt on and go for the ride. Salute to defending national champion, undefeated South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball. Love you and all that you do. Thank you so much for a great season. Y'all, it's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Until next time, y'all, stay tuned. Talk soon. I'm out.